Okay, it's still Thursday, 14th of February, it's 20 past 9. Okay, okay, here's the moon, like, you know, there's a star overhead, star to the south. Right. It's looking a hell of a lot clearer than it did in the day when they're blocking out the sun. Okay, so is that enough stars to convince you? It's as clear as it gets. Apart, I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, let's see if you can you see that? All this chem shite pollution now. It's come down. It's hanging over like a fog almost. The ground's wet, and just like this morning, actually, all the windows outside were all misted up. And it seems it had a liquid in it. It was oily. He touched it and it was filthy. And I guess people don't want to even accept that the shit they had on all over their windows this morning was toxic chemicals. That's it. Just nobody's doing anything, so the crime's just gonna continue. It's gonna be tomorrow morning, first thing, dawn. Again, it'll be right at dawn. It'll be clear everywhere else apart from right where the sun's popping up. Yeah, it'll be a fucking mess. So just what the fuck is wrong with people? Don't they realise by saying nothing, none of whatever's going on in their lives is going to matter? They'll just keep ramping this up. And where do you think it's going to end up? It's going to end up with you dead. That's why they're keeping quiet about it. It's nothing good. Alright, I'll just leave it there because it's stupid now. It's stupid every time I do a video. What's the point? As we slowly go into, well, basically an end of the world scenario where they just blatantly destroyed the ecosystem, the weather. They've taken the weather over, and in the process they've destroyed it. There's no natural weather anywhere. Instead of fucking around with the weather, with frequencies and dumping all that shit in the air, what they should have been doing with all that money, yeah, and all the money NASA is pissed away, because they certainly don't go to space. Yeah, NASA and CERN, all these scum. Instead, they could have used that money to grow trees. Could have at least tried to spread trees everywhere in the world. And that would have saved the world. Okay, would have kept the water tables under control. Because those trees, they hold a hell of a lot of water. They're respirating and cleaning the air. And keeping it would have been natural weather. Then they would have sweat, created clouds, and all. It doesn't happen anymore. If you haven't noticed, there's no natural clouds anymore. It's all shit. I guess there is some left over, the jungle parts of the world. Yeah, well, where's the Amazon going? It's going in the way of the desert. The whole world's going to turn into a desert, and it isn't because of the sun. Spastics, all these idiots at Harvard, yeah, they're fucking nuts. They're retards. It's not the sun's fault. It's because you've cut all the trees down. Because you've factory farmed the land, growing garbage like soy. I just watched a video on it, and basically growing soy, it causes desertification. Okay, and then they cut all the trees down, and then they are watering all these agricultural crops like soy, and trying to force people to eat that, even though it's no good for you. And what they dump water on that, all that water just goes down, all collects. And then what happens is, because there's no trees regulating the water levels, what happens is all the salt from the groundwater comes up, reaches the surface. That's it, end game. That's the end. And there you've got a desert. And these fucking scum, they're trying to blame the sun. the sun with the life-giving energy. It's cutting down all the trees, and that has screwed us over. And obviously, I mean, it's too late now. You can't suddenly say, when it's too late, oh, the human population is too big. Yeah. Oh, too many resources are being spent, whilst the rulers of this world, you know, they live in opulence. They have fucking jets, private jets, 10 mansions each or more. Who knows? They have mansions, penthouses. Who knows? They're just blowing through like they don't give a shit. Yeah. So you can't expect at this point to then turn around and say, oh, it's too the population. We have to cull everyone now. Right after, I mean, what should have happened is there shouldn't have been World War One and Two, which is engineered by you know who, the usual suspects. The Synagogue of Satan. No, they weren't holocausted. How could they be holocausted if they were powerful then? The struggle for power was World War One and Two, and then they took over, and they've taken over ever since. The Western world bows down to Israel, and that's it. They've mismanaged the world because they were never supposed to rule it because they're evil, and now it's fucked. It's fucked. World is fucked. And now they plan to get now in their insane, crazy minds are going, oh my god, how can we save the world? Oh yes, by killing everything. Let's kill the whole world. That will somehow save it. That's what this is. It's not geoengineering. Straight up murder. That's it.